everyone. How are you, my dear children? Hope you all are safe and fine. Today we are going to discuss about the charge density and continuous charge distribution Okay, till now what we have discussed? We have already discussed about the discrete charge distribution. What does it mean? Charge distribution. Sorry for my this poor handwriting because there is some lag, some network connectivity, so this thing is happening with the lag. So discrete charge distribution means, suppose this is the system. Okay, one charge is over here 3 coulomb, another charge is over -2 coulomb. So this is the system now. So 3 coulomb minus 2 coulomb charges are there. In between these two charges there is no other charges. So the space between these charges there is no other charges. So this is in the microscopic level. But in macroscopic level, that we are going to discuss, that is your continuous charge distribution. What is this continuous charge distribution? That means extremely, you can write continuous means extremely closed space charges form continuous charge distribution, children. That doesn't mean कि charge is not discrete. Charge is discrete, okay, but distribution is continuous. Clear? The distribution is continuous, but charge is discrete. Okay. Suppose I'll take a wire like this. Okay. So positive charges are continuously distributed over the wire. Okay. So everywhere in the wire the charge is lying. Clear? What is this? Continuous distribution of the charge. Okay. Then what is this charge density, children? That means how crowded these charges are. That is only your charge density. Okay. So when the charge is distributed, let me clear the board. So when the charge is distributed along a line, the line may be straight or curved, then we'll define a new quantity, that is lambda. What is this lambda? Lambda is linear charge density. Okay. So this lambda is nothing but dq by dl, where this dq is the charge present in the small element of the line. Okay. Suppose this is your line where charge is evenly distributed. Okay. Charge is distributed like this all over the line. So we'll take the small elemental length dl which contains the charge dq. Then linear charge density is charge per unit length. So So what is the unit of the lambda? So unit of lambda linear charge density will be nothing but coulomb per meter, children. Clear? What is linear charge density? This is your linear charge density and this is the symbol, this is the unit. Okay? Now, we will discuss surface charge density. What is the surface charge density, children? Surface charge density. How we have denoted the linear charge density with lambda, similarly surface charge density we will use sigma notation. That means charge is continuously distributed over a surface. Charge is continuously distributed over a surface. So if we take a very small elemental area ds, okay, then your surface charge density sigma will be how much? It will be dq by ds, or in some books you will see dq by dA. That means this dq, if we take a small area, like this surface area, okay, so in this surface area, this is the surface area ds. So dq charge is present in ds area. So surface charge density is dq by ds, dq by dA. In some books you will also see q by s or q by a. So what is the unit? It will be coulomb by meter square. Coulomb by meter square. Clear? What is surface charge density? Then we will see what is volume charge density, children. What is volume charge density? Volume charge density. That means when the charge is distributed, when the charges are distributed over the volume, everywhere charges are there over the volume now. Okay? If I take a small elemental volume, like here, small elemental volume, I am taking this volume. So let that elemental volume is dV, and let dq charges present in dV volume. Then your volume charge density will be denoted by rho. So rho will be nothing but dq by dV, children. Okay, so dq is the charge present in the macroscopically small volume, elemental volume dV. Okay, and the unit will be how much? Unit will be nothing but coulomb. Charge is coulomb and volume is meter. Clear, children? So this is volume charge distribution. Okay, let me clear the board. Now, suppose we'll discuss one particular question. Suppose a conductor is there having length A and positive charge is distributed now over this conductor. Till now what we have studied? Point charges. Now we are seeing the continuous distribution of the charge. We have to find the force. Suppose this is a conductor having length L. So here a charge Q0 is present over here, which is separated by a distance R from the conductor. So we have to find out the force between the conductor and Q0. So what to do now? Previously two charges, so immediately F is equal to Q1 Q2 by R square, 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 by R square. Now it is the entire length. So how to find out? Then what we'll do? We'll take a small element. Like this. Okay? take a small element of length dl. Okay, and let this length dl contains, this is your dl length, and let this dl length contains small charge dq. So charge of this small element, charge of this small element is dq. Then how to find out this dq? We know lambda is equal to dq by dl. This thing you know. So dq is equal to lambda dl. So we can write lambda dl like this. dq is equal to lambda dl. Then there will be some force due to this elemental charge and this q naught. So what is that force? So let that force is df. So df is equal to now k q naught dq by r square. So this is the force between small charge dq and q naught. Then for the entire conductor, so what to do? So the total force between the conductor and q naught, let it be f. So what we have to do? We have to take the integration over the entire length. Okay, so we have to take the integration df, integrate from both the sides, will be integration of k q naught dq by r square, children. Okay, then how much? So your f will be nothing but, where to write? Let me erase little bit of this part, so I can write over here. Okay, now I can write. So our f will be nothing but k q naught, we'll take it out. Okay, then see this integration k q naught dq by r square. But what is this dq? dq is nothing but lambda dl. So we'll write now lambda dl by r square, because the integration from L is equal to 0 to L, we have to take L is equal to 0 to L. So we have to change this to this. Clear, children? Is it clear now? So this is the force between the conductor and q naught. How to find out for the continuous charge distribution? Understood, children? Hope you have understood this lecture. Okay? Thank you for watching, children, and take care.